Hell figure, nigga. Saturday night. Hey kids, how you feel? Boss Hog on a late night check-in, huh? Oh yeah. I had a great day today. I want to spread some positive energy. I was out at a classic car show today in I think it was Fayetteville, Georgia, somewhere. If I'm saying that right. Sipping early. Cheers. How you feel? Okay. Oh, we have to get to it, huh? I'm fully up to speed. Rory and Mal have clapped back at Joe Budden. Oh, did you see it? The video came out on Vimeo. $2 to watch it. I supported them. Absolutely. And other people already took the file and reposted it on YouTube. You know, streets got to eat. And it was just Rory and Mal sitting there talking. Oh, and talk they did. They addressed damn near everything. And let me just say, Rory, salute to Rory, huh? Killed Joe, if you ask me, killed Joe with kindness. So much to the point where Joe got up on live and started talking with some fugazi-ass glasses. Joe, let me be the one to tell you with all due respect, Joe. Shut the fuck up and stop talking, young man. You are a brand. You are a business. I'm sure you are incorporated or you are an LLC, a limited liability company. Please shut the hole in your fucking face. If no one has told you, let me be the one to tell you. Now, neither Mal nor Rory is talking about suing Joe, but I'm going to lay it out to you tonight, kids, the way that they may have to sue Joe. They may be forced. Pay attention and walk with me tonight, all right? Also on the screen, I got another question for you by way of that platform I was telling you about a couple of days ago up on Instagram. According to hip-hop, who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? I say again, who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? Well, according to hip-hop, hang on a second, 51% chose Drake. Drake over Rick Ross. 2,000 people voted. There it is. It's not just me talking, to be talking. There it is. What say you? Now, the other night we did another poll from according to hip hop on Instagram, and Method Man is the better skilled rapper over Jay-Z. Close to 6,000 people chose that. Here's my source, just so you can know early who I'm talking about. According to hip hop, they have great information, and that's my question tonight, all right? Also, hang on a second. We just sat here and bigged up Nicki Minaj, did we not? Bigged her up, and somehow she's up on the gram denying that she's on coke. Nicki, I fuck with you heavy, baby, but coke heads deny that they're on coke. Respectfully. Now, I don't know if you do coke, but I did coke for a decade, She's, I swear on Jesus, my Lord and Savior, I never, and she sounds congested. Come on, boo-boo. You're another one. Shut the fuck up. Kids, if you see Joe Budden, that's my main nigga on the trigger, up on social media talking, please tell him, hey, shut the fuck up. Shut it down, all right? All right, troll babies, good evening. I don't have my contacts in. We're gonna go real slow tonight. I'm feeling real good. Oh, we're gonna talk about Lil Reese, huh? Let me just say, I wish death upon nobody. I'm an atheist. But was that his karma? Did you see the video, huh? Slumped over. Speed knots all on his shit. Is he alive? If he is, he's going to be wearing a shit bag, I assure you, huh? Lord have mercy. Is that his karma? Remember a couple of years ago, was it 5 or 6 years ago, beat some girl up on video? And you guys just let it slide. Yes, you did. You didn't give a fuck and beat some girl up in her apartment, I think it was. And he been walking around talking that gang shit ever since. Yeah, Lil Reese from Chicago, Old Block, wherever the fuck he's from, I forget, But, yeah, got his shit rocked. The reports are kind of sketchy. Was he trying to steal a car? Did the owners of the car get involved? Did the manager of the parking lot? Who gave his ass some hot lead? Slumped him the fuck over, and his homie got his shit opened up. He gave him a buck 50, some type of slash, huh? Okay, phone lines. Give me a second. Rugarani may or may not be calling in. Florida Boy Jay is busy. I would like some tea tonight. If Brooklyn Kennedy is out there, hang on a second. I shot him a text. Okay, that's the homie from Brooklyn checking in. Shiz, what up, baby? Keep me posted if you're calling in. And I would like to do a freestyle contest tonight. I would like to, just if we can do an extended show, just, sitting here sipping. I'm on that nigga shit tonight, Smirnoff. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Andrew, I got your cash app, sir. Hang on a second. Thank you so much, Andrew, on the check. And he says, my girl would have done a bid for me, but I cheated. Okay, he's talking about the other topic from yesterday. Thank you for checking in. Rondell, how are you, sir? He says, Rory with the clap back. Yeah. Christopher, I got your donation. I'm on the line. 347. Hang on, Christopher. I'm coming to you. Give me a second. Christopher, you there? Sit tight. Christopher, 347.
It's Firestar. Relax. Don't call my own government.
Oh, okay, sure. All right, hang on. Stay there, okay? Stay right there. Okay, that's Christopher. Hold on. Anthony, how are you? Got your donation. He says, Joe Budden, wounded, blood in the water. Joe Budden needs to shut the fuck up. All that transparency shit is what bozos do. I'm sorry. Take it from a man who has been in lawsuits and never lost one. Never paid nobody shit. There's an art to going through a lawsuit. And in that deposition, if it gets that far, you have to know how to talk and what not to say. Joe Budden has diarrhea of the mouth, clearly. And I don't say that to be disrespectful. But shut up, nigga, please. I don't want to, say something that could be a problem for him, but, I can be of assistance to many of you younger people, maybe not even young people, just people in general, with regards to business. I'm a businessman who pretends to be a media personality. Truth be told, that's how I got into the game. I'm a businessman. Let me just say this before I bring this caller in. Mal has already denounced suing Joe. Rory's not talking about suing Joe. But it has been acknowledged by both sides, Rory, Mal, and Joe, and Ian, that Joe was supposed to give accounting to Rory and Mal. Pay attention. This confirms that they were in business. The depths of the business does not even have to be that publicly known. But the accounting can be what triggers a lawsuit by way of either Rory or Mal's taxes. When they file their taxes, if they have LLCs, limited liability companies, their accountants, their lawyers may say, hey, you're going to be on the hook for $200,000 unless you can prove by way of either a 1099 or some type of accounting that you don't owe this money. And that's where a lawsuit can come in. That's just one avenue, okay? And let me just go to a couple of cash apps because I always get backed up and I don't put, enough cash apps on the table. Say my name. Thank you for your donation. Thank you so much. Jordan, I got your donation. Mike, how are you, man? Yo, Star, you good, beloved? Yeah, Saturday night, man. Frank, I got your donation. Frank just says salute. And Gary, thank you for your donation. Okay, he's still talking about Method Man. Okay, all right. Also, Troll Babies, what is going on in Bronx River? I want an update. I heard niggas was pulling out guns. Now niggas is talking about the marshals and the police are involved. Somebody give me an update, please, huh? Bronx River, which is up in New York. If there's an update, please keep me up to speed. I don't want to start calling names and stuff like that, but, you know, I want to be in the loop, okay? I'm sorry, hang on a second. Also tonight, okay, I'm going to come back to advertising on tonight's show. Tonight's show is sponsored by Mr. Skylar Saunders and stonedinaglasshouse.com and jupiternights.com, okay? Let me get some more people on the line here. Did you see Rory and Mal clap back at Joe Budden? What are your thoughts? Area code 470. 470.
Oh, yo, what's up?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I can hear you. What's cracking, man?
Oh, what's good, man? Nothing much, man. As far as that Rory and Mal shit, though, man, the whole thing is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? If I hear,
sir, did you see it?
Always got to go back to.
Whoa! Did you see it? I don't want to talk to people unless you saw it. Did you see it?
Yeah. I definitely saw it, and the main thing I wanted to bring up was I trust people from when they're in the moment. If you go back and look at the beginning of episode 401, the timestamp 7 minutes specifically.
No, sir, I'm not going back. Just talk. Stop all that. Go back and look at this.
No.
Stop that. What are you doing?
No, I'm just saying, though. It's all there. I believe what people present. But the whole thing is crazy, though. But everybody's in the wrong.
Well, how can it be resolved? Since you're telling us to go back and look at something and we're not, how can it be resolved?
I'm just saying it could be looked at, but as far as how it can be resolved, they're going to have to go their separate ways over that. I've had a similar business experience with some people that I had with friends. You know, the money wasn't there at the beginning and started coming in. Everybody had to go their separate ways. I lost a good friend over that.
Okay. Do you think Joe Budden got Hollywood on niggas? Mal said he was wearing some type of Amini hats. Did you catch that?
Yo, that was funny when he brought up about the hat, man. Y'all was dying, and I was dying. But nah, man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, throughout it, if you a long-term listener for the show, like, I listened, like, back when it started, and it was crazy. Like, you know, you notice the evolution of it, and some people change in certain ways, but some people also got track records. So, you know, I know you're not into incriminating nobody, but, you know, some things are there that if you...
Well, no, sir. Actually, I'm a proud snitch. I mean, if you shoot somebody's hardworking family member, yeah, I'll get you the fuck up out of here. I will lead the charge. I will point you out in a court of law. But now, just in terms of, you know, stuff like this is, you know, other people's business. I'm not going to sit here and be like a chatty, patty, gossipy person, but it's trending news, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say too much on that. That's not my situation. All the cards are on the table. So,
well, tell us about your situation. You said you were sued for, well, what'd you do? Why'd you get sued? Somebody was making money and they left you out, kicked you to the curb? What happened?
Nah, man, I had a business, you know what I'm saying? I had a business partner leave out of it. And basically, you know what I'm saying? He left out of it, thought it was going downhill. I kept it going. And then he wanted to come back in. I said, look, I'll give you a shot. And then he asked to see my account in my books to see what percentage he's going to get out of it. It was a few things he brought to the table at the beginning. And they were still there with the business. So, you know what I'm saying? We had to just go ahead and divvy it up and go our separate ways.
Did it become a legal matter? You had a legal process started?
No, it didn't become legal. It just basically, it was a man-to-man talk about it. And we just kind of broke it off, and that was it. But, I mean, I've been...
With all due respect, sir, with all due respect, was this a lover's quarrel?
Nah, man, it wasn't nothing like that, man. That's my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even though he ain't called me back or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still respect him to this day.
Okay. You're calling from area code 470. Where is that?
Atlanta, Georgia. I know what you're going to say next, man. Don't even say that. And by the way, I caught your episode
Purr. You niggas is down
about
here.
that shit for
Listen,
years.
You niggas is down here doing the most. You got big 6'2" niggas, brolic, walking around in pink slides, right? You're blaming the white man for biting the pillow. You niggas are doing this shit on your own. Come on and finish up.
Hey, man, everybody come down here for that cheap housing, man. But if anything, you know what I'm saying, I listen to the show a lot. Lake Lanier been killing people for years. Yeah. And want to put that out there. I've been telling people I don't go swim in that little sewage water they got up there. That was a hilarious show, by the way.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the cards out on the table about the show, I hate to see it in, you know what I'm saying? I listen to them all the time, but, you know, everything can't last forever.
Okay, thank you, man. Take care. Thank you, sir. Okay, he sent it a donation. I don't even want to go in this direction tonight, but, you know, I swear to you, it's like every day the percentage of black men in Atlanta, you know, just going towards the gay persuasion, it increases. Big muscle-bound niggas up in public supermarkets, these niggas is wearing pink slides and switching and keying. Nomad Nick, are you calling in? Where are you, Nick? What's your area code? Hold on a second. He's on the check-in. Are you high tonight? I heard Floyd Mayweather is suing somebody. Fuck. Nomad Nick, check your email. Spring area code 302. Saturday night, doing a late night show. Boss Hog here. Are you there? 302.
Mr. Scholar Saunders on the check-in.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? One of tonight's sponsors. Good to hear from you, sir.
Good to hear from you as well. I want to get in on the Rick Ross and Drake topic.
Yes. According to Hip Hop on Instagram, they did another poll, and they're saying over close to 3,000 people voted that Drake is the better rapper than Rick Ross. I disagree with this one wholeheartedly. What say you, Skyler?
I would definitely say Rick Ross is the best rapper in a feud between he and Drake.
Okay. Can you go a little?
I think that
Rick
Ross has better bars, and I'm sorry.
Can you go a little deeper? Give us some songs, you know,
that
sure. Stand out.
Yes, especially when it comes to just strictly bars on a song. Drake is definitely obviously more melodic, and Rick Ross has a better flow, I think, and he has better elocution and can hit the right different notes and land on the beat when he raps. His strongest song was probably Mafia Music. That's going back a few for a lot of reviewers maybe, but Mafia Music definitely helped to relaunch his career. It sparked a feud with 50 Cent. He was able to assert himself on that record. So I think it would definitely go to Rick Ross. But Drake is definitely in his lane as well.
Well, now, hang on a second. So you're saying Rick Ross over Drake. Are you forgetting the fact that, that Drake has been hanging out with battle rappers over the years? There was even talk about Drake battling Murder Mook at one point. So Drake is no slouch. And let's not even talk about Quentin Miller. You know, Drake's pen game is nasty, and he's got a flow. I've never seen him live.
I was just about to say that. His pen game is definite, right.
But you're saying Rick Ross, Ricky Rose.
I'm saying Ricky Rose all day.
Okay.
But it's kind of like I equate it almost to like Shaq and Kobe. You know, it's like Rick Ross was Shaq and Kobe is Drake in a sense. Like once they get on the track together, they're like the 2002 Lakers. Okay.
Hey, man, any thoughts on Rory and Mal? They have clapped back. Video came out today on Vimeo. It's all over the place. They're saying a lot of stuff, man, and a lot of it is making sense. Joe Budden went live earlier. He shut down his live. He said, and I quote, he said, "I'm shutting this down. I'm not feeling the love." You up to speed?
I'm not up to speed. I really could care less. I get most of the news, basically from listening to your show.
Okay.
About the whole Rory and Mal and Joe Budden issue. It just doesn't interest me. I don't have much.
Okay.
I have a dog in that fight.
Got you. Well, I'm with the dumb shit tonight, man. Good to talk to you, Skyler. I'm going to be thoroughly entertained.
It's good to talk to you as well, sir. You take care.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right, Mr. Skyler Saunders. Folks, if you did not see the video just yet, let me be the one to bring you up to speed. Somebody needs to talk to Joe Budden and say, hey, man, shut the fuck up and stop talking. His energy is different now. He did another podcast with his team, Ian, and I don't know those guys' names. And they're talking. Now they're walking shit back. Now it's all this, I love so-and-so. And I was, hang on, I got notes here. Yeah, I was, what did Joe say? Seeing all of this feedback and all this, I do need to apologize to Rory as well. Maybe Rory and Mal too, but definitely Rory. He said on the new episode, around the 55-minute mark. Then he starts talking about things sound a lot spicier in the go out. And he asked for something to be edited out. All of this can be used against him in a lawsuit. And again, just because Mal says he's not going to sue him and Rory says he's not going to sue him does not mean the lawsuit won't come down. If Mal or Rory has an LLC, pay attention, the officers of that LLC may choose to sue, not Joe's company. They were talking about quarterly accounting. Did you catch that, troll babies? They were supposed to get quarterly accounting. That's what they said. Hit or miss is nothing. And then Rory said, I don't care if you give me accounting once a year. That does not mean that the legal smoke can't come down. Joe, you're a brand. Shut up. Hey, can somebody call me and give me an update on Lil Reese? Was he trying to do a carjacking? How did he get touched by the hand of God? Nigga start talking reckless. Nomad Nick, my main nigga on the trigger. Nick, are you there? Nick.
Star was popping. Star was popping is Nomad Nick calling out the district. What's going on?
Now listen, man, before you get started, 100 Acre Woods, if you want to call in, email me. I'll put you right on the line. Nomad Nick called in the other night, man. Got right at you. Said keep his name out your mouth. Go ahead.
He can tell me anything he wants to tell me, but at the end of the day, if anybody's having a terrible day, just remember that 100 Acre Woods left his job at the hospital making $100,000 to make 136 views on YouTube. There's nothing more to say about that. If he's mad at me, he's really mad about the life choices that he's made. Okay. And, it is what it is. What's poppin', Star?
Life is great, man. I was at a classic car show today, and I saw something I like. I got my eye on it, man, and, just down here in Atlanta, man, living my best life, as they say. How about you?
Did you take the Batmobile? Did you take the Batmobile out?
Can you not snitch? Take it easy. Niggas start wood grain gripping a V12. Slow down.
I know.
Slow down.
I know. Yeah, cutting corners in the mean streets of Woodstock, Georgia. I know.
Hey, man, so listen, before we do anything, Floyd Mayweather, who is he suing now? $120 million. One of the brothers. What's going on here? The fuck?
I don't know anything about anybody suing anything. I've been kind of out of the loop all day today. If this was some news from today, I don't know. All I know is UFC 262 is going on right now. I sent you a link. Since you say I don't know how to send links and timestamps, go ahead and check your email. UFC 262 is a huge card tonight. Michael Chandler versus Oliveira. one of the biggest main events in recent years.
Okay.
Get on, man. Tap in. I'm smoking on Apple Dabs, purple punch carts. I'm having a cocktail. It's
Nice.
Saturday night in America, man. This is what we doing.
I got some weed here. Hang on a second.
That Jupiter. What's it called? What's your sponsor's name? Jupiter
hold
what?
on, hang on. Jupiter Nights is my sponsor. I've got the hemp here, but I've also got some. I've got some exotic that I'm scared of. I prefer Reggie, but I've got some exotic.
Star, you're not gonna mix it.
No. Hang on. I've got some exotic that I have literally.
Sprinkle yourself, Star. Sprinkle yourself.
Just listen. I've got some exotic that I've been scared to touch for damn near 30 days. I don't even want to fucking touch it. Here it is right there. Scared of it.
You scared? Come on, Star.
I'm scared.
Put some hair in your chest and hit that shit.
I'm scared.
Put some hair in your chest and hit that.
Hey, man. So, anything by way of UFC or boxing or sports you want to talk about? Tim Tebow signed to the Jaguars. Yes.
Yeah, don't nobody care about that old. Don't nobody care about. Where's Colin Kaepernick at? Where's Colin at? Can we get Colin?
No, Nick. They do care about Tim Tebow, and people are interested in buying tickets. Nobody cares about.
Why do they care about Why do they care about Tim Tebow, Star?
Because that's where he's from. That area in Jacksonville. He's from there, man.
Nah, come on, Star. You smarter than that. Why do they care about Tim Tebow, Star?
Okay, listen, we've already been through this. Me and Florida Boy Jay. It's not just me saying this. The people down there, they want Tim Tebow. But anyway, all right. So, what else with regards to boxing, man? The UFC. You said there's a big event on tonight.
There's a fight tonight. Oliveira versus Chandler. Chandler was a fighter for another federation. Okay. He ended up jumping ship to UFC, and he's just been on he's on a 1-0 win streak. He knocked out his last opponent, so he's actually fighting tonight for the in the main event against Charles Oliveira. So it's a big fight, lightweight fight. There's a bunch of other good fights tonight. Tony Ferguson's going up against Beneil Dariush. You got a women's fight coming up next with Caitlin Chukagian versus Viviane Araújo. Okay. And then you got the match. I'm telling you, it's a really, really good card. They've got full attendance in UFC. So let me know how that link is working out for you.
Okay. Hey, do you have any plans to come to Atlanta anytime soon?
Nah, for what, man? No. I'm moving to Bali soon, bro. I'm moving to Bali probably within the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out, yeah.
I've hooked up with an amateur gym down here, and I was a ring announcer last weekend. You can go to my IG page, and I was a ring announcer for 40 amateur fights, and next week I'm going to be soliciting for sponsors and all sorts of stuff for them. So I figured you could come down and maybe
boxing or MMA.
Boxing. Go to my IG page, Troy Terrain. You'll see some of the boxes. Okay, but good to talk to you, man.
Also, what did I?
Thank you, man. Let's get him out of here. No man, Nick. Saturday night, folks. Late night show. Who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? According to Hip Hop on Instagram, they took a toll. It's not me just, saying shit to say shit. 51% chose Drake. Close to 3,000 votes. What say you? Okay. Theo, I got your donation. Theo says, damn, nigga, Firestarter was about to spill the beans. Listen, Firestarter's a good guy. He spends Skrilla, but I don't want, that gossipy hearsay shit. I told him to holler at academics. Firestarter, if you're out there, holler at Ack and say, yo, Star sent me. You will have a relation. Matter of fact, Firestarter, send me an email. I will put you in contact with academics directly. He's on the warpath still. I saw a little snippet from earlier. He did a show, I think, maybe 6 hours ago. And he said, to hell with the funeral. He said, we're doing a cremation tonight. Anybody in the live chat know what I'm talking about? Academics is defending his bae, Joseph Budden. Purr. Thank you, Theo, for your donation. Theo sends another donation. Now Joe ain't even putting out the vids on YouTube. Yeah, he shouldn't. He needs to shut the fuck up. There's 3 other ways, which I'm not going to mention, that, Rory and Mal may be forced to sue Joe, his affiliates, his company. They were doing big business. Promises were made. Money was allocated to them by way of electronic transfers. They can prove to a magistrate judge, hey, we were in business. I only asked to see the accounting. Now I really need to see the accounting. The IRS is after me. Hey, Roxy, how are you, darling? Oh, she's looking hot. Hey, baby, thank you so much. She says, love your show and attitude. Thank you, baby. I'm in Atlanta. Are you close? Are you single? Holler at me, baby, huh? MBM LLC 812. Shaka from Beacon. Is that my nigga Shaka? From Riot Heights or Flatbush? If that's you, sir, good to hear from you. That nigga was a straight gangster back in the days. He cleaned his life up, though. Married a good woman and barely even associates with niggas from the past. Good to hear from you, Shaka. Hey, Doris, how are you? Doris says, Mal spoke on hats he had on. Nail polish for weeks. Yeah, what was the name of the hats? Troll babies that Mal said, I don't even know this nigga no more. Was it Amani hats? Mercedes says Star works for the feds. That's a whole fact, baby. That's a whole fact. Was it Amini hats? You have to give Mal credit. Mal started talking about, yo, I'm sitting here in my turquoise, attire or something. He said, I don't even know that nigga no more. Now, if you ask me, and I mean no disrespect to Joe, Mal is not fucking with Joe no more. Okay, who's this texting me? Okay, that's my nigga right there. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. Good evening, 917. Late night, 917. Are you there? 012.
From the place that you love to hate, Brooklyn on the check-in. What's going on, Star?
My nigga, how you feel? What's cracking, man? We talking about a few things tonight. Nicki Minaj is denying she's on coke. My daughter, Azealia Banks, is going in for the kill.
You already know. Yeah. Nicki looked crazy on live with Drake.
She looked crazy, my nigga.
And she was sniffing. She was the way her eyes was moving, she definitely looked like she was on that sugar booger.
Help her, Jesus.
It wasn't a good look.
Help her.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look. She talk about I'm snot. There was no snot. There was no snot. There was no snot. She on that. Allegedly.
You can always tell when a person is in denial. They start saying, nah, I always get colds. I've been anemic. Bitch.
Right.
Bitch, get help. Come on.
That's the whole fact. Remember Joe, and speaking of this whole thing, remember Joe was the first one that made claims that Nicki was allegedly on that stuff.
That's because he was on that
That's
shit.
On him.
He was on that shit.
Yeah, so he admitted it. Joe was a former junkie, so the devil knows his own, as the great Star would say. The
devil knows its own.
So yeah,
come on, man, what's cracking?
Yeah, yeah. I just finished watching the Rory and Mal Respond, and they was clapping back at Joe Hard Body. whatchamacallit, Mal was saying, yo, this dude is wearing a Mary hat. Get him up out here. This is a whole new person.
Yeah.
So it looked like they admitted that they was naive. They admitted that they, had a whole accountability for being naive, thinking that, Joe was going to look out for him. But ultimately, as the money got big, Joe got big. And Mal said something that stood out. He said, when they did a show at the Hammerstein Ballroom, I believe, he said Joe was like, yo, I got the line around the corner.
Right.
I packed out.
Now, hang on. That wasn't in New York. That was somewhere in another state. That wasn't New York. I need you to be...
he said that he said the Hammerstein Ballroom, Star. He said that was at the Hammerstein Ballroom. That's New York.
Okay. I stand corrected. Come on.
Yeah, Yes, he said the Hammerstein Ballroom, and he said Joe said to him, "Yeah, I got the show packed out. I got the line around the corner." And Mal is like, "Dude, you forgot? I've been with you when you was a rapper. You never packed out. You never had the line."
Mal said we got the line wrapped around.
Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we
got it wrapped around.
Correct. And he said when you was a rapper, you never had these same shows packed out.
Right.
In New York, he was naming states. He was like, you never did this in New York, Philly, or Boston. So Mal was like, that was the first sign right there that he should have picked up on, but he was naive. So yeah, and he's still.
Well, hang on a second before you get to Academics, who I have not seen his broadcast earlier, but I assure you, I'm going to be listening to it tonight around 1 a.m.
Right.
Mal was rejecting a lot of things that Joe was claiming. Mal said, "Nigga, I never lived with you." He said, "I had more money than you back in the days." He said, I was booking you at shows. Fuck is you talking about?
Facts.
He laughed and dismissed the whole hiding detergent thing. But here's what I want to say.
Correct.
Here's what I want to say, and I'll go back to you. Mal's demeanor was very relaxed, calm. He wasn't like,
Facts.
He wasn't barking. He wasn't on that Academics Henny flow. And Rory kept saying, that's my man. I love him. I love you, yada, yada. And I think it really got under Joe's skin because Joe did not like the response from the people in his live. Thus the reason why he shut it down. Go ahead.
Correct. I agree with you totally. Mal was very calm. He even said, "Yo, what I'm wearing, I got on this teal right now. I'm calm. My karma is good." So Mal wasn't overly aggressive, intense. He kept his voice very monotone. He wasn't doing too much. He was getting straight to the point. And he said that the workers was expressing to him that they was disgruntled, including Parks. So, and Mal, from his demeanor, he doesn't come off as someone who's a liar. I know we all got our, flaws or whatever, but he seemed like he was being very crisp, very sharp. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I think Joe is starting to feel the pressure a little bit and looking like he's been egotistical. Yeah. He's been on some foul shit. And, it's looking like he listening to his fans and like, damn, I might be going out sad out here. Yeah. So that's definitely looking like the case.
Has Joe Budden gone Hollywood on niggas? That's the question.
Absolutely. Because remember, Joe, his whole thing was Joe was kind of like the dude who didn't wear jewelry, who wasn't wearing Rolex,
right,
who wasn't wearing a Mary designer hat. That's never been him. He stated this himself. This is not me throwing swords. This is his own words. You've never seen Joe wearing jewelry and the designer stuff. That's not his image.
Yeah.
So definitely, that bag came once the real money started coming in. And Mal also mentioned that now Joe is getting interaction from rappers that he wasn't getting interaction with when he was rapping.
Right.
Mal spoke on that too. That a lot of people that he wanted to talk to and get acknowledgement from wasn't giving him that acknowledgement before. And he's getting it now.
Now the question is, do you believe Mal and Rory? I'm still being objective here. Joe is my guy. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't know Mal. I don't know him at all. Rory, I met Rory one time. Good guy, but Joe's my guy. Joe's my guy.
Right.
Is Joe now on that star shit? Huh? Fuck a fan. Don't send me $1 cash app. I'll get you out of here. Is Joe now on that star shit?
Joe definitely has taken a page out of Star Book at this point. And he's on that fly shit. Like, fuck y'all. He's on it like that.
Joe, stop paying people. Stop making promises. Don't give out a 1099. This way they can't claim shit. They run to a lawyer. The lawyer says, what? The lawyer says, well, what do you got paperwork-wise? Well, I got nothing. You got nothing? Well, you got no case. Get out of here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm rambling, man.
Correct.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. Joe has gone Hollywood. He's on that fly jiggy-ish. He took a page out of your book. He's like, fuck y'all. The bag has come. Y'all gonna get whatever it is that I give y'all. And Mal is telling Rory that how are we getting the same price if we do $1,500 and then we do $2,000?
Right.
If how we getting the same price? So yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Okay, hang on a second. Elvis the chef, I see your donation, sir. Thank you so much. Tyler got your donation. Joe didn't talk crazy in person to Mal and Rory, though. Okay, I'll take your word for that, Tyler. I don't know their true history like that. I tend to fall back and let the young people do their thing. Akfad, how are you, Akfad? Thanks for keeping me up to speed. Thank you, Akfad. 777. Please. Okay, so I don't do shout-outs. You want to call in? I don't do shout-outs. Somebody named 777. You can call in, promote yourself. You sent in a donation. I got no problem with that. As long as you're not trying to bring me into beef, tension, or drama. Thank you for your donation. 777. Whoever you are, okay? Frank, I got your donation. He says, salute. Thank you so much. And I think Florida Boy Jay's on the line somewhere. Hold on a second. Florida Boy Jay, you there, sir? 012.
Yo, Star, what is going on, my nigga? What's poppin'?
Hey, man. Mal and Rory with the clapback. I watched every minute of it. I also saw Joe Budden with some type of weird-ass glasses. Looked like them shits were like the ones that the senior citizens wear in Florida.
So like having eye surgery glasses on.
Yeah, he's talking crazy, and it's and the academics started going ape shit again, talking about this craziness. But I'm gonna watch him later. Where do you want to start, man? Please.
Man, honestly, I want to start at the fact that, I mean, if you want to be honest with it, as messy as it gets, Joe Budden is gonna end up losing fans on both sides, like, because first you had people who were, they split down the middle. Some people are like, okay, I'm going to roll with Mal and Rory, I'm going to roll with Joe. And after what they said, is like, I can't trust all three of you niggas. Because all three of you niggas don't throw each other under the bus. All three of you niggas got issues where it's like it's your truth, his truth, and God's truth. And then even when we take it back to what Rory was saying, when he was saying that I honestly tried to talk to Joe about things, and even before I tried to talk to him about things, me and Elliot Wilson went out to a lunch and just discussing a few things.
Elliot Wilson is my nigga from way back, mid-'90s, Source Magazine. It's my guy. Be careful.
Right. And he was like, okay, me and Elliot just went out to lunch. I'm bringing the idea to Joe because, Joe said on last podcast, you guys scout deals. You guys bring in the deals and bring in the numbers, and then we'll talk. Right. Well, Rory was like, before we even got the bag, I tried to bring you a title deal. You cussed me out or got defensive, and then came back weeks later, with the same title deal. So it was seemed like Joe was trying to plant seeds of don't even go looking for deals, don't do this, don't do that. So when it got to a time where Joe's last podcast came and he started saying that these niggas is bums, they're not doing this, they're not going to look for deals, they're not trying to secure anything. The niggas wait a minute, you yelled at us every time we went and tried to vet something to bring back to the pod. Secondly,
okay, hang on a second, Florida Boy Jay. I got to jump in. Do you believe Mal and Rory? That's the question here. Do you believe them?
Do I believe Mal and Rory? I believe some of the things Mal and Rory said, especially when Mal said that Joe didn't put out that crooked eye interview, and in that unreleased interview, Joe said, I don't care about contracts. I don't respect the contract.
Right.
And then and that's what Mal tweeted the other day. Remember when Mal said, I remember that crooked eye interview that never got put out. Joe said something that stuck with me to this day. that is what stuck with Mal. The fact that Joe, in principle,
So again, the question, sir. The question.
do I believe him?
Do you believe?
I do believe.
Mal and Rory?
I do believe some of what Mal and Rory were saying is true. I do believe it, just because of the fact that you're asking for accounting, and then the first time the accounting books come back, $400,000 is missing. After that, all bets are off, and they're lucky, Joe. You're not dealing with a nigga like me, because after that, I would have did some shit. I would have had to up the hammer at the pod or something to get my money, because we got a $400,000 discrepancy. Then you send us some PowerPoint bullet thing where you could have just did some QuickBooks, Microsoft QuickBooks, and just typed in some numbers and sent it off like you're sending me a PPP loan. And Rory is like, nigga, I'm not an accountant, and I can go ahead and see these books are kind of manufactured. I mean,
now hang on a second. Let's slow it down. To be specific, you see, I'm a person, I pay attention to small detail because I've always been like that, but within lawsuits, you have to listen. Rory said he responded to the corporation and said, there's an error here. And then they responded and said, you're right. There's an error here. So fuck what Joe's talking about. The company, company that sent Rory and Mal the $400,000 miscalculation already acknowledged the error. So we don't have to go through what Rory said, what Joe said. The electronic transcript proves there was a miscalculation. $400,000. So they could be trying to act like that money was given to Rory and Mal. That could be what sparks a lawsuit. When accounting is done on Rory and Mal's side. Nobody wants to eat $200,000 in fucking taxes. Stay there a second. Stay there. Arms too short to box. I got your PayPal. Thank you so much. Star, if you watched Mal's body language, he wants the 5. Seriously, though. Rory and Mal looked legit. Okay. Joe's diatribe last week was erotic and bogus. Yeah, I didn't like Joe's body language. He looks like he's searching for the words. He's trying to save face. He's trying to walk things back, and he literally apologized. Why would you apologize?
Yeah, he apologized on the podcast.
Fareed, I got your donation. Fareed says Lil Reese did the same thing he was doing in 2013 and before, stealing cars in Chicago. The owner had a GPS and lit the parking garage up, left that hoe-ass nigga bleeding and crying. Okay, Florida Boy Jet, I need you, man. Did you see the video of Lil Reese slumped over, bleeding, gasping for air, speed knots on his shit?
Yeah, I've seen the video of Lil Reese. It was like they had an aerial view of him between the cars and kind of like, limping out. It's kind of sad because this is the second time Lil Reese got shot up in the last 2 years? And I'm pretty...
Man, fuck all that sad shit. Come on, man. Is this karma? This karma?
No, it is karma because come on, bro. Listen, Star, I'm not even going to get down into the details of what Lil Reese and what his gang and niggas get into. But you know how Chicago get out. I'm just going to leave it at that. Lil Reese and them niggas, this ain't nothing expected. Like, he got beat up one time.
Florida Boy J's scared to talk about this.
So,
hang on a second. I need somebody on the line talk about this little nigga, Lil Reese, putting hands on females on video years ago. Was he trying to do a carjack?
AKA Shitty Boy.
And the story says a manager shot him. What, the manager of the garage? Can you tell me that, Florida Boy J? Who shot him, allegedly?
Yeah, the garage owner shot Lil Reese. That's what the reports are coming out saying. The person who owns the garage shot Lil Reese, and that's why everybody's speculating.
Story says manager. You're saying owner. Story says manager. Can you be specific? Come on, man.
Said the manager? I'm looking it up right now.
Area code 914. I'm on one tonight, folks. 914, you there? 914, pick it up. Play with me tonight. The hand of God touched Lil Reese. Are you there? Niggas talking about pray for Lil Reese. Why? Pray for him, why? 301, are you there? 301. I'm sipping Smirnoff. Let's go. He don't want to talk. Let's bring in 347. Saturday night, 347. Lil Reese. Got that work. Let's talk about it.
Yo, Star, what's up, OG?
Rory,
man.
my nigga.
What's going on?
Come on, man.
The real Rory.
Talk that real shit to me,
Bronx
man.
born.
Yeah, Lil Reese got that work. Let's talk about it, man. Come on.
He got that, he got that work, man. And you know what? I heard he only got grazed in the eye, so he got lucky again. What, didn't he get plugged in the neck one time when he was still walking around talking about it? So yeah, he only got grazed in the eye. So he was slumped over for drama, you know.
But did you see the video? He had speed knots on his shit. So somebody lumped him up, huh?
Yeah, I didn't really catch that speed knots part. I just saw him slumped over, and then I read it was only a graze in the eye.
Did you see the blood in his mouth? Rory, please. If not, go watch the video. I'll put you on hold. Niggas is talking about...
I watched the video.
Niggas is talking about pray for Reese. I'm talking about look at God. Come on, man.
No, I don't care about no pray for Reese, man. No people out there pissing on people's graves and all types of going up into the funeral. You know, you don't get no whatever happens to you when you act like that is what that's what happens to you. You inviting the Grim Reaper, man. Yeah. You want to play Grim Reaper? Then play Grim Reaper.
Let's go.
The Rick Ross. What was it? The Rick Ross. Yo, man.
Okay, hang on a second. Stay with me. We got ourselves a show tonight. I'm feeling great. Who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? There's a Instagram page that I really like. It's called According to Hip Hop. They did a poll. 3,000 people say Drake is the better rapper than Ricky Rose. What say you, Rory?
I say they got it right, and I'm gonna say I'll never support somebody who was a CEO and didn't have any never did anything he talked about. I don't think that guy ever met an Italian in his life.
Ooh.
Or I don't even think he ever been to a decent Italian restaurant in his life. And that's what he talks about in his goddamn songs every day. And you know, that's why most of the time we think Florida is soft because of guys like Ricky Rose and, you know, he would have been the best ghostwriter. He would have been the best ghostwriter ever in hip-hop.
Hey, this old cannoli ravioli eating nigga talking trash again?
Yeah.
You selling out?
Talking trash.
Selling out?
Yeah, he's talking trash. Let's go.
Let's
go.
Old motherfucker. You got old Adam Sandler jumpsuit wearing that. What you talking about today, huh, Rory? What your drunk ass talking about today, Rory? Huh? You still selling boy cunt on the avenue?
Oh, come on, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Florida having their most popular rapper be a former CO, be a former correction officer with a clean record. Your record got to be crispy clean, man. And he's what's representing your state. That's the Biggie Smalls of Florida. I would be ashamed of my life. I told you already, I would have moved out of the armpit of Florida, but I would have never ever moved there in the first place. I would have left there the minute I was born.
Shit.
As soon as I was 11 years old, I would have got up out of there.
Or why you talking sound like you're packing hot dogs?
You never even had a cannoli.
Okay, Rory, let Florida Boy J respond. Please let him respond. We're having a conversation. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Rory, why when you talk it sounds like you're packing your mouth with hot dogs, bro? Like you always sound like you're literally stuffing your mouth with tools as you're talking to us. I need you to take the tools out of your mouth and speak clearer. All right, that's first of all, Rory. Second of all, I don't know why you coming in talking all this trash about Florida like we don't say Trick Daddy is the governor. Like we don't give Uncle Luke motherfucking diplomatic status, all right? Like, we ain't got T-Pain. We got a lot more other people than just Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? JT Money. We got real niggas coming out of the state of Florida. So you need to watch your mouth and watch your trade.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth and watch
2 Live Crew, Trina.
Boy that you know has to be bringing that.
Pull over, that ass is too fat. Let's go.
You got to go answer to his pimp. I mean, her pimp. I know you do his and hers now. No, niggas ain't binary no more.
Yo, the reason my voice sounds off is because I told you I've boxed since I'm 15 years old. I've had multiple fractures in my nose, and I've also got problems with my left ear from getting cuffed in my ear.
Okay.
So that's why my voice is
beat up for a long time.
All right, guys, hang on a second. Listen, I want to finish up on this Lil Reese shoot. Hang on, Rory. Slow down. Florida Boy Jay, did you get the story? Supposedly, the manager, that's the word they're using. Was it the manager of the garage shot Lil Reese? Who shot him? They getting that work.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, it does say that the manager shot Lil Reese. They were inside the parking garage. Looks like they apprehended him, and looks like now it's going to be his co-defendant. Man, did you see? It looked like they shot him in the eye or in the head or something. He was lumped up from the skull, and his eyes is rolled to the back of his head while the police got him down. They're not giving him any medical attention or nothing. It's like they're going to wait for him to bleed out before they even...
Was it a carjacking? That's all I want to know.
What? Who cares?
Rory, hang on a second. Listen, I'm tired of yelling. If I got to fucking yell, I'm going to get you out of here. Stop talking. I'm trying to get the goddamn details in the story. Florida Boy Jay, was it the garage manager? A rapper's manager? What manager? Come on, man. What manager?
It was the garage, not the rapper's manager. It was the garage manager of where they were, I guess, stealing the cars or had a misunderstanding, whoop-de-whoop, whatever happened.
No. Let's not do whoop-de-whoop. Were they trying to steal a car? What is the story you say? Can you read it, please?
There is a video of Lil Reese going around after he was shot 9 times. Not sure if it was a carjacking or a gang hit in downtown Chicago today. A black CPD officer is trying to save his life. The vile person who took the video was taunting Reese, not sharing the video. So pretty much the person who was recording Lil Reese in his...
Florida Boy Jay, I don't want your interpretation. I'm asking you to read the story. Does it say carjacking, something with stealing a car? Don't give me pretty much. What does it say, man?
Yeah, they're saying it was a carjacking.
That's all I want to know.
That's what they're saying, and they're saying he was shot by... They're saying he was shot by the parking lot manager.
Thank you. This is the Star Report. I want details. My audience comes to me for the details. Stay right there. So everybody stay there. Lil Reese out here trying to take a car. God reached down and touched him. Haven't you grown out of this shit yet, nigga? Huh? Speed knots all on his shit. Was that his karma? People up on the gram talking about pray for Lil Reese and his family. Why? Fresh Freed, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Don't play with me tonight. I'm trying to get the fucking details here. Aunt Lava got your donation. Thank you. Okay, Rory's on the line. Section L got your donation. Everybody hold on. 609 calling in. My main topic is Rory and Mal clap back at Joe Budden. Section L, you there? 609. The section.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, I listened to their rebuttal, and my thing is with the percentage sharing thing. I mean, Rory even said that they understood what Joe was doing as far as them not having access to the IP, which is important because that's where all of, especially the last year with COVID, not touring and all of that stuff, that's where it seemed like most of the money would be coming from. Said they were happy with the Cash App deal, was more than Spotify. So, and they weren't saying he was stealing, but they still have an issue. So my thing is, yeah, they may have been sharing percentage, but it wasn't ownership. And I think that's where, especially with Mal, I think that's where he overvalued himself. And Rory got Mal thinking and all of that shit, and then now they stuck looking around, looking for what's right or sympathy or whatever. But I kind of agree with Joe's stance on what he did, what he had to do.
Okay. So you think Joe's within his right to pop his collar? You know, this is my shit.
Absolutely.
I brought these niggas in. They're eating off my plate. Take what you get and close your mouth and get in line. Yes.
Well, not necessarily, because he said, "Hey," 'cause just like they created today. Joe told them to do the same thing to, like, I guess, increase their value or to go get other bags. So just as easy as they put this podcast out today, they could have done that with their own YouTube channel. So it's sort of like you've done. You've done this for plenty of people that came on your show, added value, let them spread their wings, and if they continue to come and work, do business with you, they come and do business with you, and that's that.
Sir, to be real and with all due respect, I get the better numbers by myself. I have analytics to prove it, but I like to bring other people in so that the audience doesn't see me as too much of a narcissist. I bring other people in. I have no partners. I make no deals. I make no promises. If you're a female after 9 p.m., if we're on the phone call is recorded, just in case you try and get slick by way of legal means. So it's not the same thing. I don't make no fucking promises.
Okay.
It's not the same thing.
Okay.
But continue.
Yeah, but my thing is, I think that they should have took advantage of it. And then with Maul saying that Joe didn't have fans like that. I mean, everybody knows that Joe has a cult following. People follow Joe, like, from his music. It transitioned to the podcast, and it transitioned to whatever endeavors he has going on now. So I just think that, like, Rory, he added a lot to the show. He's been there for a while. But I'm going to still go off the comment you said the other day. Okay. The white man going to always think he's smarter than the black man, no matter if the black man's a boss and he's cleaning fucking toilets.
Now, sir, are you from the South? You from the South?
Nah, born and raised Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay, wow. That's a shithole, Trenton, yeah, with all due respect.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about this? Joe Budden apologizing to the white boy. Ooh.
Well, I mean, as listeners and people that's been paying attention, I mean, it's a friendship. That also was my issue in the beginning. Y'all talking about friends. We have an argument. We have a blow up. I'm going to show up for my friend.
Man, fuck a friend and fuck a fan.
That's where it turned out that we saw that it didn't matter. But I think
Joe Budden now on that star shit. Fuck a friend and fuck a fan. get what you can.
Especially when it's business.
Get what you can.
It's about a bag. I got to take care of my family.
There you go. Yeah.
Got to take care of my family. I got to take care of all these motherfuckers that's eating. And y'all want to check the books, but because they said 400,000 was missing. Accountant said it's not
checking books.
Accountant's fault.
Checking books.
But accountant said it's not Joe's fault. It's our fault. We fixed it. Rory said, I didn't think he was stealing. Maul talking about, when he started wearing the Mary hats. Yeah, everybody started looking at Joe when he got his teeth done.
Yeah.
But I seen a nigga on Pull Up. I seen him on State of the Culture. I seen him on all these different venues where he is getting other money that he don't got to split with y'all. And he also said, you do the deal, you get the bag. Yeah. And as far as Elliot Wilson.
Well, hang on before we go any place else. How much do those hats cost? He's Mal said he's wearing a meanie hats. Floyd Boy J. How much?
$400. You know, like nearly $400.
He's wearing 400 fitted caps, knickers. Is the nigga wearing spats yet? Is he wearing spats?
Man, he wore that Frank Lucas chinchilla. That's what really had them cats looking at him crazy. Getting all this money. Where is he getting all this money from?
Hey, listen, man, I gotta go, man. Thank you for the call, man.
Getting all this money.
Thank you, sir.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir, peace. That nigga's calling from Trenton. That's a real shithole. All right, for the boy J. Hey, man, I fuck with you heavy. I appreciate you, man. But listen, man, I look to you for the information on these young niggas, man. What else with Lil Reese, man? Just give me something, man. Is he on life support? Is he what's going on, Lil Reese, man? Come on, man.
Can I read the Chicago Tribune? Three men were shot. 3 men were shot Saturday morning, apparently in a gunfight near Northside parking garage during a dispute over a stolen car, authorities said. 3 gunshot victims were reported about 9:50 a.m. in the first block of West Grand Avenue in Chicago, according to the police and the fire department. Police spokeswoman Sally Brown said apparently they were all shooting at each other, citing preliminary information. The three men ages of 20, 27, and 28 were found inside a parking garage, according to the police media notification. The 20-year-old man was shot twice in the knee and taken to the Stoger Hospital in good condition, while the 27-year-old man was wounded with multiple times in the body, taken to Northwestern Medical Hospital in critical condition, the police said. The 28-year-old man was grazed in the eye and taken to the Northwestern Hospital in fair condition.
There we go.
Chicago rapper Lil Reese, 27, whose name is Tavares Taylor, was identified as the 28-year-old man who was shot in the eye, according to police report.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, man. Listen, I just want them details, man. We can sit here and speculate and say all sorts of shit, man. But, you know, my audience wants the details. You feel me?
Yeah, my page wasn't loading up when I was trying to read it, and it finally loaded up after.
Gotcha.
I got you.
Where's Rory? Is Rory still there? Did he hang up? Hold on a second. Rory, you still there? Rory.
Star, what's good?
Okay,
I'm still rolling. I'm listening to the show.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Rory and Joe Budden topic, you know, Star, they always let the softest white guys that don't have a part of the culture into these mainstream radio stations. Rory, I'm telling you, man, Rory is like is the same thing as like Peter Rosenberg, right? The same thing. That's at that other spot. They're the same person, man. This guy is from somewhere in wherever he comes from, Jersey or something. He won't tell his backstory because he doesn't have one. He went to a Jesuit high school, a private Jesuit high school, and now he's like on a big hip hop podcast and he never even spoke his mind or said anything on there that was relevant. Or and the same thing, now they got this guy, Peter Rosenberg. And
well, hang on a second, Rory. I want to thank you for putting forth some white-on-white hate tonight. You're hating on Rory. And I have no problem with that.
I'm hating on
I have no problem with that.
I'm hating on these white boy suckers that everybody lets into the culture just because that they won't speak their mind or have no experience and can't say like, oh hell no. So yeah.
Well, now hang on, Rory. You're Irish. You're Caucasian.
Yes.
And listen,
but I'm from New York City,
hang
man.
Hang on. I'm from Jersey. And I have no problem admitting that there's a lot of Caucasian guys who know more about hip-hop than I do. I grew up on heavy metal, thrash metal, speed metal, hockey, not basketball, motocross. So I got no problem with Rory being into hip-hop. Now, did you see the video that we're talking about? Rory and Mal Respond to Joe Budden. That's all I want to know, man. You're going someplace else.
Yeah, I seen the video, and it's just like I said, what I got off of that video is instead of talking about the business aspect of it, I just wanted to say that he's a soft white guy that has no place being on a hip hop podcast. I used to breakdance down in South Street Seaport, where I remember having my windbreaker on. We used to breakdance down there, and there's a lot of people like that. And the people they let into the culture are like the weakest, softest people that don't represent the They're not from they're from way out in the suburbs. One guy's from Delaware.
Yeah, that's me. I went to private schools, and I wound up on Hot 97. I gangstered my way in and didn't give a shit about hip hop. Okay, so listen, let's finish up, man.
Star, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm a white boy too. We used to blast Led Zeppelin when we were playing handball on the courts, and sometimes the black dudes would look at us and be like, but they knew we weren't trying to be wiggers. We're not, we're just from the neighborhood.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Okay, Rory. Okay, listen, man. I want your final word with regards to Rory and Mal responding. Do you believe them? That's the question. Do you believe them?
No, they sound desperate.
Okay.
They know they're not gonna get any other. They're not gonna do better than they've done on that podcast in any other format.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Final question: who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? According to Hip Hop on Instagram, people voted. 51% say Drake. What say you, Rory?
I'm gonna say Drake all day because I would never co-sign for a correction officer turned gangster rapper who represents the Biggie Smalls of Florida. I would be ashamed of my life to come from Florida.
Okay.
That's how bad we turn that off. When that comes on the radio, when he comes on the radio, we turn that off.
Turn that shit off. Okay, Rory, good to talk to you, man. Salute. Let's catch up tomorrow, man, if you got time.
Good to talk to you always.
Yes, sir. Okay, salute. All right, the homie Rory on the check-in. Who else is on the line with us, Florida boy Jay? Who's on 917?
We have Brooklyn.
Who?
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn Kennedy. You still there?
Brooklyn Kennedy.
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay. Brooklyn Kennedy, stand in line. Florida boy Jay, I'm going to sign up with you, man. I know you said you were busy doing something earlier. Anything else you want to mention or promote before you go? Florida boy Jay.
Yeah, today we had the Clubhouse Awards today, the first annual Clubhouse Awards, and my crew won Best Clubhouse Club, the Presidential Suite.
Nice.
We took home that award. We came up on stage and cussed niggas out. I sent shots at people and let them know that we still run Clubhouse.
Nice.
Perspective Facts Podcast, episode 11, is in Star's community section. After the show, if you want to go to the community section on the right-hand corner and click on it, there's my podcast, _life on Instagram. There's my podcast and a hyperlink. Star, you have a great day. Oh, I want to say one more thing about the Joe Budden situation.
Yes, sir.
Before I log off. My issue with Joe Budden is the fact that you gave your narrative and it was so demonstrative. You made people choose sides, and you just gave out a narrative that was so strong that the fact that Mal and Rory came out on the same day that you had your therapist apologizing to him was a bad look. And then when you went on your IG Live and it came off, it was just all bad timing, and it made you look like you stuck your foot in your mouth on that Wednesday's pod.
Right. Yeah.
You guys have a great night.
Thank you, man. Take care. Okay, Florida boy Jay on the check-in. Brooklyn Kennedy, can you hang on a second? Can you stay with me?
No problem.
Okay. Shaka, are you there? 347. Shaka.
Yes.
Can you hold on? Stay right there, sir.
Yeah.
Stay right
Hello?
there. Yeah. Can you stay there?
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay. Shaka. Whew. Ronald got your donation. Thank you, Ronald. Hey, Janet, how are you, darling? She says Joe can save his career by checking into rehab. Oh, very good point. You see, the legal smoke can still come down, even though, again, Rory and Mal have said, we're not going to sue him. They may be forced to. IRS is on people's necks. When the taxes get done, you can't prove certain shit. You got you can only claim but so many miscellaneous, charges. Once they start eating $40,000 and $50,000, oh hell no! Got to sue somebody. Thank you, Janet. You're so right, darling. Ronald, I got your donation. Ronald says Nostranab. Okay. Trappolitics.com. Good evening. Sending my donation and match it with 6ix9ine's GoFundMe. Trappolitics.com. Thank you so much. Theo on the check-in. He says, pray for the Grim Reaper, Lil Reese. Huh. Ronald, okay, Ronald's on the line. Give me a second, Ronald. Shaka, 347, good evening, sir. You there? Shaka.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm all right, man. So I wanted to talk about this Rory and Mal Joe Budden situation.
Yes.
I believe Rory and Mal 100%.
Okay.
It's like Joe, because Ian in the beginning of Joe's podcast said that they have a deal where they're paid based on expenses, right, which doesn't make any sense.
Percentage.
No, but he said percentage based on expenses spent, and he said the expenses were way higher than they thought, but because they was their mans, like we gave them what we shouldn't have gave them anyway.
Okay.
So
continue.
So you know, if you're saying that to me, like, nah, we paid you way more, you know, we had more expenses, but we made the net income
right
higher than what it is. So yeah, you my man, so hold that down. So, you know, I was questioning, like, you know, what's up? But what doesn't make any sense to me is, like, when you have those type of contracts or agreements or anything like that, the books should be audited anyway, because you can't just take Joe's accountant's word for it. It should be an independent auditor that does bank confirmations and, you know, make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So that doesn't make any sense. So, and now Joe's like walking it back
yeah,
in his live, you know, being real calm. When
apologizing.
It's better than yours.
Apologizing.
Yeah, apologizing. So it's like, I'm an accountant. So
okay,
that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense for those books not to be audited. If you're paying 3 people based off percentages, they have to be audited. Yeah. And a $400,000 difference, you should have fired those accountants. Who makes a mistake like that?
If I can jump in, you sound like a knowledgeable man. I'm just a fucking dropout. Now, the $400,000 is a discrepancy that Rory pointed out and they acknowledged. So there's an admission of guilt, number one. Number 2, you said what was the term you used with regards to the audit?
Audit. Well, basically, an audit. The first things they do is get bank confirmation.
No. Hang on. You said an audit request. What did you say?
Audited financial statement. So basically, it shows the.
No, I know what it is. But hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it is. But now, correct me if I'm wrong. You can request it, but if it's not given to you, and when you do the taxes for your client, you have to inform your client without that audit that they may have to eat $50,000 or even $100,000. Therefore,
nah. So the audit has nothing to do with the taxes, because based on what's going to happen is they get paid their percentages.
No, hang on. If I can finish my thought, finish my thought. Your job is to request the information to do the taxes. You're an accountant, yes?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So you will submit those documents to the IRS. Now, if the IRS comes back and says this isn't right, you then go back and say, hey, you have to audit the books. If they can't get what you have requested, then the best way to get that information is by way of legal means, yes?
No, because the IRS won't come to you and say this is not correct. The IRS will say, we don't believe all these expenses that you're putting to make your income lower so you pay less taxes.
Yeah.
So they'll say, run the receipts. But the receipts are coming from Mal and Rory of what they said they spent, not what Joe Budden says they spent. Joe Budden is giving them a 1099. That's just the top of the line. That's just the income.
The 1099 is already bogus, sir. They gave them a $400,000 expense that doesn't exist. Listen, I'm not on.
But that's on Joe. That's on Joe Budden. No, that's on Joe Budden and his expense. So basically,
yes,
This is how Rory and Mal get paid. So if Joe brings in $1 million and then $500,000 of expenses, and let's say Mal gets 10%, he's only getting 10% of $500,000. So then he'll get he'll get a $50,000 1099 that he puts on his return, his tax return. So they're not going to audit Joe Budden's books because
that's not what I said, sir. That's not what I said. And with all due respect, I have been in situations where the IRS is not going to just accept a bunch of fucking receipts. They want to see where the money came from that you're claiming.
Absolutely.
Thus the reason why I'm saying to you. If you guys, we got an echo in the background. Somebody's got to take off their laptop or something in the background headset. Thus the reason why I'm saying to you, if you cannot produce what the IRS is asking for, your best bet is to file a lawsuit to get what you want. But go ahead, I'll let you finish up.
No, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. What Joe was saying. I never bought what Joe was saying, even from the podcast. It's funny how everyone is now switching up once they heard, because he just quickly went over that. Yeah, it's a percentage base. Yeah, and really, it had the perception of they were W-2 workers that said you get $100,000 a year, and they was like, nah, let me see the books. I think I should get more, and that's not the case. And then no matter. But the fact that it's percentages and it's based off the net income, yeah, I got to know what y'all spending money on, because I need to know what the net income is, because 10% of $50,000 is way different than 10% of $100,000. So that's basically, okay. I believe Rory and Mal 100%. Okay. And Act got to chill, because the dick sucking shit he be talking on his live.
Well, hang on a second. Never mind academics. You are an accountant, and I more so want you to inform us. I myself have been through audits with the IRS, and
of course,
and listen, you can say any goddamn thing, but they want what they want. If they don't get it, you are going to get stuck with a bill. And I know for a fact, the best way to get that information is to file a fucking lawsuit. Doesn't mean that the lawsuit has to go all the way through to a magistrate and a fucking a presiding judge. But the best way to get it is to file a lawsuit. I'll let you finish up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you gotta pay the IRS first, and then add that to the lawsuit that you had to pay the IRS all this money, because the IRS is not gonna wait on your damn lawsuit to.
That's right.
to get their bread. Yeah. So.
But if the accounting is not right, and the IRS says, well, hey, you owe us $300,000, and in reality, if you had the paperwork, it would only be $75,000. That's a big difference, man. I've been there.
Right, big difference.
I've been there. Yeah.
Also, I just want to one more thing to comment on. Please, Drake. Please. I'm surprised that it was 51%, 49%.
Yeah.
Drake by far. Just listen to the records that they have together. When did Rick Ross ever had even when Drake is singing, he has a better verse than Rick Ross. Like 51%, it should have been 70-30, and 30 should have been them damn people from Wingstop.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you for chiming in. Brooklyn Kennedy, before I let you go, man, any other tea that I need to be brought to speed on? I know you pay attention to a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, old girl who was everybody said was a white girl that was dealing with Portia's man now, the dude that she's engaged to, Simon.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is Jessica. She's saying she's not white, she's black, and that he's really in love with her, and he told her.
Man, fuck all that shit. What about Nicki Minaj going live talking about I've never done coke? Did you see that?
Yeah, of course. We spoke about that earlier. Nicki Minaj is fronting. She's all caps. She definitely is on something.
Well, we don't know for certain. Don't say we.
Allegedly,
we don't know.
Allegedly.
But she looks crazy.
Allegedly.
She looks crazy, man.
Yeah, she looked real crazy.
Yeah.
Allegedly. That was one of the worst times she's ever looked. She's talking about snot running down her nose. There was no snot running down your nose.
Nigga.
We didn't see any snot. It was bad.
Yeah. NET on Lamar Odom. His baby mom, one of his baby's mamas, is suing him for back child support. He says the kids are 18 now. He says, I don't owe you nothing. Any tea there?
Yeah, she was on. They had her on the last season of the show. I can't even think of the name of the show right now. And she was talking about how Lamar Odom got to give the kids money for them to go to college, and the other girls was like, "Yo, your kids are grown. Like, if they need money from him, that's on between them two. Like, you shouldn't even be worried about that. Like, they're not children anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so she's basically just been living off of his money, and now that the kids are grown, she don't have no other income, so she's suing to try to get it back.
Yeah.
Because even the other...
Now, hang on a second. I know nothing about child support. Maybe I should call Mr. Palmer. I know nothing about child support after the kids reach 18, but can she get money once the kids reach 18? I mean, I don't know different state laws.
Here's what I don't know anything. I don't know. I've never been on that, but here's what I do know. I know in New York, it goes up to 21, and it could potentially go further depending on the whatever the situation is between the kids' education, if there's expenses that need to be paid in regards to their education if they're in college. But everywhere else is 18. New York, if I'm not mistaken, you have to talk to, like you said, the dude you just mentioned. In every other state, I think it only goes up to 18.
Gotcha.
Only New York is at 21. So I don't think she's entitled to anything because I think she's out in Cali. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, man,
I don't think she's entitled to anything.
Sir. Good to talk to you, man.
No problem, Star. Stay up.
Thank you. Okay. Brooklyn Kennedy on the line. Yeah, folks, I'm not trying to line Joe Budden up, but I know for a fucking fact when that IRS comes down or when you file your taxes, you can't just be claiming shit. You have to show and prove. You got niggas been going to jail and will continue going to jail. Fat Joe, Wesley Snipes, Ja Rule, a host of others. You start telling the IRS, "Oh no, I didn't get the 1099. No, they paid me in cash. Paid you in cash. Oh, so you were evading your taxes. Why would you accept $20,000 in cash?" Hang on a second. I just had to text somebody. Somebody was on the line that I didn't pick up fast enough. My bad. My apologies. Can you call back? Let me see what number. Fuck. 73. I don't see 732. Ronald, how are you, sir? Ronald, 732-929. Ronald, you sent in a donation. Is that you, sir? Area code 929. Hey.
929, yo, Star.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. First of all, I just want to say I'm a Around the Way Connections kid. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, you on a speakerphone? Can you take it off or do something so I can hear you?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, first of all, like, with this Rory and Mal shit, right? You gotta look at all the optics of it. If I got a certain amount of things, like you from the street, so you would know when I say things. If I got a certain amount of things and I put you on, I don't gotta tell you how many I got in the stash. I don't gotta tell you, but I could sort of get it when you come from the tax ink. Like when it's time to file taxes and you got a certain amount of money, and so it's kind of like both sides are wrong on a platform of like, hey, it seems like it's a communication issue.
Okay.
It seemed like where Joe's going wrong is Joe is not communicating properly because of the allegations, because of the people that are doing it, not the stuff that is happening, right, but the people that are doing it. Feel like you got a different type of I've been hearing the word leverage all week, so I hate to use the word, but you feel like you got a different type of leverage when you are friends. You know what I'm saying? Because in business, this is something that happens all the time in business.
It may not happen at record labels often and people stay, but it's definitely going to happen in a regular business.
Now, hang on a second. You mentioned the streets. Are you from the streets yourself, sir?
Nah, my dad.
Okay. With all due respect, with all due respect, back in the days, many, many, many years ago, if I'm a worker, and I was never a worker for anybody, but if I was a worker and I'm working for you, and you're not telling me what's in the stash, and you're getting fat, and my ribs are still touching, at some point I'm going to kill you so I can get your stash. That's the street. No, that's the streets, sir.
Yeah, that is. But
in
that same exact regard, both of these guys admitted that they were both overpaid.
Yeah.
They ribs wasn't touching.
Sir, I don't know about that, but you asked me about the streets and you gave me a scenario about the stash. I don't need to know what's in the stash.
No, I was just trying to equate
bullshit.
Aside from
I'm coming up in your house at 3 o'clock in the morning for the stash. I'm gonna shoot your fucking dog. I'm gonna pistol whip your baby mama.
Yeah, the kid, the dog, everybody.
To get to the stash. Go ahead.
The kid, the dog, everybody dying, no lying. We know this.
I didn't say I'm shooting kids, sir. Please don't put that on me. I'm gonna shoot your dog.
No. I'm saying that's just a big quote. But what I'm saying is, it's kind of when you look at a friendship in a business, I don't think that he made it clear that, hey, this is my baby right here, this thing over here, this is my baby, and I'm going to do everything to protect it, even if it means sacrificing both of y'all. Wow. That wasn't clear between the three of them.
Well, sir, I don't think that we can use the streets as a scenario with Joe Budden, Mal, and Rory. Hang on. You can't use the streets because Joe already said he doesn't want to fight Rory or Mal. If this were the streets, you would have had to put your hands up on the block. You can't just.
All right, so I guess
you can't just punk me on the block. I gotta see.
The streets is a wrong thing.
See your hands. Come on.
But the funny thing is about this whole situation is that we all saw it coming in the waning events. We all seen it happening, and I think that Joe's ego and their sensitivity bumped heads with each other,
right.
And this could work. It could work again.
Okay.
It could work again, but it's just going to have to work in a different way. It's going to have to work in a different fashion because even when like both of the things were said that he gave them opportunity to go and work, I was always wondering why wasn't Rory and Mal working? Like, why I didn't see them outside of this podcast? Like, Deuce Palooza, you've seen it, but now your big thing is media now. Why I'm not seeing nothing coming out of Mal? Like, all I'm seeing is your big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, I hate to cut you short. I appreciate your perspective, but I totally disagree. I think Mal is a street nigga. I think Mal wants to shoot the five. Mal doesn't want to twerk, so I think you're wrong.
Mal want to fight.
Mal doesn't want to twerk. Mal already said, I don't know you anymore. Right. But thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Well, where's he going? First you start talking about the streets and the stash. Nigga, if you pimping me in the streets and I can't see what's in the stash, I'm coming to get stash, nigga. I'm going to pistol whip your moms, knock over the goddamn fish tank.
So
862, Frank, are you there? Big Frank.
Hey, my God, can you hear me clearly, sir?
Loud and clear. What's cracking, man?
Hey, man, look, I'm sitting here with the, world famous Ebony from the famous Tom the Hill show.
Hey, what's up, Ebony? How are you, darling?
Hey, Star.
Hey, darling. Good to hear from you guys. What's cracking, Frank?
Hey, what's happening, man? Look, I'm sitting here. I'm 40 today, Star. I'm sitting here with a bottle of Bel Air.
Okay. And you got a good woman.
Yeah, I got to put a ring on it, as you say. You know what I'm saying? But Drake and Rick Ross, I'm gonna have to give Drake the better rapper card, but when it comes to discography, I think Rick Ross is the best beat picker of all time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so far as the Rory and Mal situation, I went to high school with Joe Budden, Lincoln High School, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay.
So I know the vibes. I know the Virgo vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And them guys are absolutely right. And the person that I blame is P. Diddy.
Huh?
You know why, Star?
I have no idea, sir.
I blame P. Diddy because ever since I seen that picture with him and Joe Buttons on the step, and he signed with Revolt, I knew right then and there Joe Buttons would be never the same.
Okay.
The dressing weird.
He's sold out, is what you're saying. He's sold out. He got on that fly shit. Started wearing fedora hats like Star. Huh?
Yeah, it happens, you know?
Yeah, dressing like Star, acting fugazi. Like Star.
Star, man. This what comes with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's friends, it's business, and then you got taxes.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
you got taxes, man. Like, it happens this way. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I give it the
Thank you,
the
man.
Drake so far as rappers concerned. You feel me? But
Hey,
y'all
man.
have a wonderful night, man.
Salute to you and Ebony, man. Salute to you and Ebony, man. Salute.
No doubt, man.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, folks, I just want to ramble for a second. And sometimes I want to talk my talk. You know, everybody, hold on. Dana, I got your text message. Thank you, Dana. Dana responded to what I was asking about Lamar Odom and one of his baby's mamas. Lamar Odom says that the kids are 18 now. Dana says in New Jersey, you can get child support up to age 22 if the child is in college. Lord have mercy. Could you imagine paying child support for a 22-year-old nigga? Damn. Who is this? 973. Can you hold on? Who's 973? Hello. 973.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hold on, buddy? Stay there. You called back. Hold on. I'm not trying to wish anything upon Joe in terms of, lawsuits, but the IRS doesn't play when it comes to black entertainers or athletes. They do not play with you. Those audits are serious. You have to have your paperwork in order, and you can't just have a bunch of fucking receipts. You can get receipts from anywhere. That doesn't work. You can show receipts to an accountant, but when the IRS comes down, bang! You have to show where the extra $10,000 came from. You just can't give them $10,000 worth of fucking restaurant receipts. Oh, yeah, I took a lot of people out for dinner. It doesn't work like that. No. Joe needs to shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. These guys, his manager, Ian, and whoever, his other friends, these guys shouldn't even be in the goddamn conversations. To be honest with you, it's too much talking. You're talking business out in the open. I know you think it's cool. Oh, I'm into transparency. That's hoe shit. That's hoe shit. Let me be the one to give you some advice again. Don't show any emotion. Don't acknowledge anything from the past. Just move forward. If a lawsuit comes, you're ready. And then you come with a countersuit. That's all I'll say for right now. Blade, I got your donation. Thank you, Blade. Blade says the IRS ran down on Star when they got wind of those numerous credit accounts, yada, yada. Sir, yet the IRS did run down. They did, twice. So I know what I'm talking about. And that's why I have a Hasidic accountant. Thank you for your donation. Blade says, God reached down and touched Lil Reese. Question mark. Salute, Star. That's what we want. Hey, man. Did you see him leaking? Did you see that goddamn, that was like a fucking mango on his head over his eyebrow, huh? I caught his ass. Africa, says Star. Kevin Hart said that Joe Budden is a horrible leader who can't lead a team. And he's money hungry. I did not see that. Are you sure? You're just trolling. Can you send me a link? T says Nicki's man ran down on that hoe ass nigga Meek Mill, gave her a baby, got her on powder, allegedly, and now she's back on the whole stroll making music. Pimp of the decade. Church, if that's true, I don't know. What's that nigga's name? Kenneth Petty? Yeah, he screamed on Meek Mill. You pussy! Firestarter, okay. I got your email, Firestarter. Got you. I'll take care of you, man. I'll take care of you, okay? But holler at academics, please. Juice Man Vaughn says Mal was talking in damn circles. He claimed he's not about the money. It's about the respect, this and that. But he was talking about money the whole time. Yeah. That's why I know what I'm talking about. At some point he's gonna say, "Hey man, I don't want to assume that's my people, that's my fam." But I can't explain some of this shit. Okay, the person who was gonna call in can't make it. Thank you so much for being patient, though. My apologies. Hustle got your donation. Hustle says, I was defending Joe Budden heavy until he said today on his podcast that they're not uploading on YouTube anymore. Everything is on Apple and Patreon. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Is he trying to hide YouTube money now? That makes sense. He may be anticipating a lawsuit. Thus, he wants to stop. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. Fareed, got your donation. Thank you, Fareed. King Key. Drake is the better rapper. Okay. It's been proven on multiple records with Rick Ross. And did you see the bipolar? Yes, I did see the bipolar Joe apology. Yeah, I told you it was coming. And I hate to say I told you. I'm not one of those people. Okay. Fareed says, did you see the white Hispanic rapper Fat Joe said that the obese Palestinian... Yeah, Fat Joe had the audacity to come out of his fucking mouth and say DJ Khaled is the new Quincy Jones. Are you out your Puerto Rican mind, Fat Joe? Are you out of your mind? Okay. Chill B, you're talking about yesterday's show. I'm not going back to Jay-Z and Method Man. Please stop. No, we're not there anymore, okay? Okay. Hey, Big Aki, is that from yesterday or today? Big Aki. I think that's a donation from yesterday. 678, good evening, 678. Rory and Mal with the clapback. Are you at the speed? Yes, no, maybe? I see 973. You still there, 973?
973 here.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for being patient.
How you doing?
I'm doing, sir. Who's the better rapper, Rick Ross or Drake? Can we start there?
We could definitely start there. I would say, honestly, you can't really say Drake. Drake got Quincy Miller. I ain't going to never die that down. I'm going to say Rick Ross. I ain't never heard Rick Ross, anybody.
Sir, Drake hasn't fucked with Quentin Miller in damn near 9 years. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, but come on. Who knows who else is writing reference tracks for him, sir? Come on.
How old are you, sir? 59? What are you talking about? Come on, get up to speed, man. Drake has put out 4 or 5 albums since Quentin Miller. Stop it, man.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you don't know who else is. You don't know just because we don't know what's behind closed doors. We never know about Quentin Miller.
51%, sir, chose Drake over Rick Ross, according to Hip Hop on Instagram, sir. How about we go with that rather than the whole we don't know, right. You don't know, yada. Come on, stop all that.
All right, we're gonna go with Drake then.
Let's get him mad. I don't like his vibe. That's like a weird vibe, you know. Give me a second, just. What are you, a Quentin Miller fan? You called him before saying that nigga's name. Fuck out of here with that, man. Ant Lava got your donation. Ant, I got you on the line. You sent it a donation. And Blade, I got your donation. Richard, I got your donation. Ant, are you there? 929. You're picking up Ant. If not, I'm going to keep it pushing. I see Richard 678. I think I just spoke to Richard. This is a hard name to pronounce. Pardon me. Florida Boy J. Okay. Somebody getting a Florida Boy J. Let me go to area code 626.
Hey, what's going on, Star? How you doing?
Saturday night, I'm doing a late night show, man. Rory and Mal clapped back at Joe.
Right. Well, with that situation, I mean, as somebody who actually was diagnosed as bipolar, yeah, I could kind of see how that's definitely messing up his business on top. You know what I mean? And then also just the fact that he was working with his friends as well too. It's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look.
Do you believe Rory and Mal? That's the question.
I have not seen their videos,
okay,
but I actually been paying attention to some of the exposés that this individual named Big Pump Killer has been putting out online, and it's not looking too good for Rory or Mal.
Well, sir, I would prefer to hear from you if you saw it yourself. I don't mind you promoting other people, but now are you up to speed on academics and what academics has been saying?
Yes,
you're doing?
Yes, I did go and watch the Twitch joint, his little 5-hour joint. I only saw 2 hours of that.
Let's get him out of here. I'm calling here promoting other people, which I don't mind, but at least know what the fuck we're talking about. Folks, I do trending topics. I'm up to speed on all the dumb shit. You know? Troll babies, what's going on up in Bronx River? Is my nigga Poppy okay? Do I have to text him? What's going on, man? Niggas up in the projects. Whoop-de-woo. What's happening up there? Bronx River, somebody talk to me. $803. A few more calls, huh? Saturday night, late night. 803. Dragon. 816. Good evening.
Yo, Star, what's good with it?
Yeah, what's up with you, man?
Shit, man. Hey, it's your boy Tez, the Kansas City pimp from the middle of the map. Hey, I want to just say this about the Joe Budden and Rory and Mal situation. All right. At first, I was on Joe Budden's side because who doesn't fucking like a lunatic, right? Who can't support a lunatic?
Right.
But clearly, the motherfucker's irate and the nigga is getting played by the game. I don't know what it is between him meeting Puff, his manager Ian in his ear, but somebody's putting a battery in his back and the Mamiri hat's on his fucking head, and this nigga's going nuts. He done cut off his man. And yo, on some real shit, Star. You my nigga. I'll be listening to you, but hey, this shit is fucking wild. I love a nut though. I love a fucking basket case, but this shit is wild. More fucking Rory and Mal came on with the level head, clapping back with nothing but facts, and it sounded like some shit that could be true. Like I literally could hear this shit. Supposedly, all homie wanted to know was what was the deal with motherfucking Patreon was, and Joe just started acting a fucking nutso. Now that sounds like some shit that came straight.
Well, sir, you're using too much profanity. Slow it down. I can appreciate your perspective. Come on, slow it down. Now they requested accounting, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're in business. They have contracts to get a percentage. Now, let's go back for a second. You said you're a Midwest pimp?
I'm a Kansas City pimp from the Midwest, middle of the map.
Okay. Well, what type of sunglasses was Joe Budden wearing? He did a live, and it looked like some goddamn Star Trek Mr. Spock glasses. What was that, man? What the fuck? You see that?
Man, you know, he down there with Puff, man. He might have on some vintage Cartiers or some wild stuff, man. Some crazy Futurama.
Yeah. Okay. So, but either way, you saw the video, and you're siding with Rory and Mal. I'm confused.
I'm kind of leaning towards Rory and Mal at this point because everything Joe Budden has came out with is just been irate and just all over the place. Even when Rory and Mal came back for the last podcast, every time they said something, he cut them off, and it was coming from each and every field. But when Rory and Mal came back, it seemed like everything they said was right in line, and they wasn't irate. And it's like, honestly, man, at this point, Joe Budden, he just seems like he trying to get that bag. He trying to get the meals. Joe Budden,
sir, he's getting the bag.
15, 20 meals.
He's getting it.
Yeah, that's Joe Budden is on the bag right now. And if you remember the interview when they brought Steve Stout on, when Ish and
I didn't see that, so I don't watch the podcast like that. But Joe's my guy. But I wish him all the best.
All right, but this is what Steve. But this is what Steve Stout said. He said a very important piece before all of this starts to transpire, or in the midst of it. He said in order to do big things, Joe has to realize that everybody's not going to be able to be brought along.
Yeah.
So
you know what I say to that?
The big
you know what I say to that?
What's up?
Yeah. Fuck Steve Stout. Thank you. Fuck about what Steve Stout said. Was it supposed to mean something? Troll Babies, didn't Puffy break a bottle over Steve Stout's head? Huh? You got the right one tonight. Don't be calling up here just trying to name drop niggas and shout niggas out. What's the Star Report? I don't go, fuck. And Florida Boy J, you sent me a text. Fuck whoever that was who called in, Florida Boy J. I don't go, fuck. Diddy broke a bottle over Steve Stout's head. Google that. Pow! Had the nigga crying. I think he was working at, was it Columbia Records at the time? You call up here name dropping Steve Stout like that's supposed to mean something. Okay, thank you. Is it, how do you say this name? This is like one of those real ethnic names. Hold on. I enjoyed the little bit that I saw of academics blacking out. I'm gonna go back and watch that tonight before I crash. 347. How do you say your name? Is it Adeline?
It's Christine. Aldine. Yeah, Aldine. Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Star. How you doing?
How are you? What's
First
cracking?
time caller.
Thank you. What's cracking with you?
I'm just a little annoyed with everybody tonight because nobody is talking about the obvious here. People are giving Mal and Rory all these props for being cool and calm. These two dudes got embarrassed. They had a facade up for the Joe Budden fan base of something that they weren't. They were exposed by their boss, and now they're trying to save face.
Continue.
Mal is sitting up there talking about, oh, well, I went to jail with you, and oh, how you going to call me broke? You were a grown-ass man living with another grown-ass man.
Okay.
Where's the explanation for that? Where was Biggs and Jay and all your Rock Nation people? Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about here? Rory wasn't trying to save the pod. He was trying to save his job. Let's keep it real.
So now you did see it because that's what Rory said. He said, I was trying to save the pod. So you watched it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Continue, please.
He went on this whole thing like he was some kind of martyr. Like he was you can't fight for Joe's shit more than Joe. That's his shit. He lives that shit 24/7. Y'all go to work 2 days a week for 3.5 hours. You talk shit. You don't have to rent a studio. You don't have to pay for overhead. You're in Parks' house. Parks is not complaining about his shit. Come on. What are we talking about here, people?
Okay.
That's it.
No. If you want to go in on Rory and Mal, please do. I'm not here,
No,
I'm not here to stop the hate. I'm trying to be objective, but hang on a second. But at the same time, we came at their heads the other day, so they've clapped back. I think it's only fair to at least hear them out. But go ahead, please. You have the floor.
Absolutely. I think that they are right, unfortunately, when it comes to the actual, the percentage part of the contract. Instead of them being paid by salary, I think that was a mistake on Joe's part, making that clarification as all the money that's coming in as the Joe Budden entity is making does not apply to y'all. He gets to divvy up how the money goes. If he wants to put 20% into the pod and 20% into the pull-up, he can do that. So he can dictate how much of the profits that his entity is creating. You can't, as the employee, come to the boss and say, I don't really like how you divvying this up. When you agree to the terms of the contract from the beginning.
I hear what you're saying, but...
So don't come on...
I hear what you're saying, but they've already acknowledged, all of them, that there was a percentage deal. So, do we know how much Joe Budden's Spotify deal was? Do we know?
We don't know. But that's also, they're not privy to that information because they don't own the IP. If you're going to sit up here and admit that you don't own the IP and you're not looking for equity or ownership, then you can't say that you're not satisfied with your percentage.
Are you talking about the YouTube IP?
The whole thing. The Joe Budden podcast is Joe Budden's IP. So y'all already knew that. So y'all went into it agreeing that instead of a flat rate and a salary, whether the podcast is successful or not, you're going to get a flat rate. You decided to forfeit that for a percentage, and they thought that translated into equity. No, those are two different things.
So you're saying fuck them hoe ass niggas. Go ahead and say it, I dare you.
Fuck them niggas. Fuck them. And this is a desperate plea for them to kind of salvage their reputation because they're finished after this.
Right.
Joe already has proof of concept. The shit is working without y'all.
Okay. I appreciate your call. Thank you for your donation.
Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. Thank you guys for bouncing with me tonight. We hit the 2-hour mark. I'm going to try and do a show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Hang on a second. Let me go through some of these cash apps. Mikkel got your donation. Thank you. DJ CVR. Were you calling in? Did you call in? CVR, is that you?
Yeah.
CVR.
Yes, yeah.
Hey,
I was talking all act real quick. Can I talk about the Rick Ross joint?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rick Ross over Drake all day. Thank you for your time. Rick Ross over Drake all day because of the fact that if you look at his discography, his ear is impeccable. And Drake, he's been talking about singing karaoke since his first LP. He has a song on Thank Me Later talking about, I'm singing karaoke and I'm doing this to get ahead.
Okay.
Rick Ross is on it with Rick Ross has ghostwritten for mad artists and has developed his style from Port of Miami all the way up to, the Port of Miami 2 record. He's grown.
So the question is, who is the better rapper? You're saying Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. Rick Ross all day. I mean, when it comes down to cadence, when it comes down to lyrical ability, and when it comes down to versatility on the record, Rick Ross has it.
You know, in the early parts of his career, they were comparing him to Biggie, Christopher Wallace. I don't know how old you are, but they would give him a lot of props, Rick Ross.
I heard Diddy mention that on the Angels remix on what was it, the Last Train to Paris LP. I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, and with the Diddy situation, he busted Steve Styles' head over that "Hate Me Now" fiasco with the Nas joint.
Right. You're on a bad speakerphone, man. I want you to finish up because I want you to promote your brand. What are you, on a headset or something?
Oh, word up.
Sounds like shit, man.
All right, man. You hear me good?
Yeah, much better. Okay.
Word. Yeah, he busted his head over that "Hate Me Now" fiasco because he had what was it? He had him in a bad position. He had him on the cross or something in that video,
right.
And Diddy was like, "Nah, like I don't want to be on that whoop-de-woo," and he busted his head over that.
What year was that? Do you remember? Cracked him with that bottle in his office.
Where was I at?
No, what year? Do you remember what year that was? I forget when that was.
It was probably like 90, 97 or some shit, man. You know what I mean? I was still up in diapers. You feel me?
Okay. Hey, man, go ahead and promote your platform. You're one of my sponsors, please.
Oh, thank you, sir. That would be audiomac.com/CVRVBard.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me see if
I
want to get your banner up first. Stay with me. You should be right on the goddamn screen.
Appreciate you, sir.
So what else is going on? Tell me more was looking for your banner about your platform, please. What do you guys do?
Oh, I'm dropping bars all the time. You know what I mean? We just got some new management from TNM, and I'm just over here hustling. Just got the LLC started and everything. So, I got like multiple revenue streams coming through for this music. I could drop a couple bars too, if you don't mind, just for further promotion to give the audience what they want to hear.
Go ahead.
Cool. Am I wrong to want to get played full blast on full blast, or to get paid by getting my record spun on K-Day, knowing I'd be lying if I didn't say I was at Crush Groove 2013, like that was my heyday? Rather kick it with the legends in a second to play Pele with these out of crooners and their rap mad lays. I got such an old soul. I'm reporting live from a retirement castle. And hip-hop is barely 4-0 like the E in DEBT. Before I ever got a degree, I was studying to get a master's in ceremonies like a priest cutting skin off prick. Or Lizzo trying to get off clit. Hop on the mic with a rape kit. I study MCs who've been rocking since the 80s and still drop vids inspired by my interests like Sin City, while the rest of my demographic is sending out the condolences to rappers when confident enough to take the jury off in the shower. Claiming Brooklyn but never listen to Corner Cube with Biggie, no Blicky in the bathroom at that status silly. Like the business practices of the Rurys and the Millies, or like how these pop artists are making Mo Millie without one original composition, while I'm out here pinching pennies like titties, really. Acting like they're authentic when they be informants all 5-0 cent. Well, still love 50.
Nice, man. Okay, I got your banner coming up first as soon as I end the show in about less than 8 minutes, okay?
Appreciate it, Star.
Thank you, man. Salute. Thank you.
Much respect as always.
Sir. Respect, okay.
Peace.
Spring, I got your donation. Thank you, Spring. She says, I'm riding with Rory and Mal. Okay. Aunt Lava got your donation. Goo, is that my homie Goo? Someone says, I dealt with Quentin 3 years ago. He co-wrote 3 songs for Drake. What the fuck are people talking about? Exactly. Stormy Winter, how are you? Got your donation? These rappers are my kids. He can't fuck with me. Okay, thank you, Stormy. Not Your Average Fan podcast. Donald, thank you for your support. Hey, Big Key. Big Key checks in. He says, LOL, fuck out of here. That was yesterday, Guido. Okay, he's talking about trannies being flown out. Where you going, man? Did I strike a nerve? You upset? You know, he writes some really hot fucking super chats, but when he gets online, he's stuttering and stalling. I appreciate you, Big Aki. Thank you so much. Just the same, okay? Mind's Eye got your donation. Wow. Okay, somebody here is trying to expose me. Blade says, started speaking like the grimy Nostrand Avenue nigga that he is, talking about running down at 3 a.m., pistol whipping moms, and shooting niggas' dogs and shit. So I was a coke fiend in the 80s. What, I've already admitted to that, so I'm not out here like Nicki Minaj, denying shit. Allegedly. I don't know if she's on coke. I have no idea. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. We're going to do a show tomorrow. And if there's any developments, please email me. Where's my email address? Any developments with regards to Mal, Rory, Joe Budden. And Joe, please, shut up. Stop talking. You're going to talk yourself into a lawsuit. In the name of Jesus, shut up, man. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care.